Everybody, welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derrick Forston, and super excited that you guys are here. Y'all have a lot of choices of where you could be, but y'all chose to be here.
Sir.
All right.
Listen, y'all, we are back.
You guys can hear us loud and clear. So, Shay, tell the people who you are, what you do, and why in the world you here.
I'm Shay Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit organization right here in Orlando, Florida, taking women from homeless to hopeful, utilizing the ILF model. The ILF is one of our programs under our nonprofit, and it helps us to literally just do a good deed in our community, help people and see them conquer, grow, and become more acclimated within the community. So again, I get to teach you, train you, and talk to you about how you can turn your passion into either a nonprofit organization or an LLC or some type of for-profit entity to, again, take people from homeless to hopeful. That's a little bit about me.
We teach families all over the world now. We're super excited that our coaching is in 39 states. But Columbia, South Carolina, you guys got next. And lucky for you all, we want to show you guys what we call a lot of POC. Proof of concept. So we want to show you guys somebody that was just like you all, sitting on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, dreaming, and some of y'all been praying for something just like this.
Right.
So how do you take a concept and implement it anywhere? So the whole concept and the phrase and the theme of this event is ILF anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm telling people, right, and I would love for everybody to come no matter where you live in. But if you in a 3-hour radius, you will be doing yourself a disservice if you don't come, especially if you're somebody that said that God has put this in your heart. So how dare you say God has put this in your heart and you won't come invest in yourself to learn what this is?
You will also get the course called the HRA, Housing Referral Agency Business in a Box. So this isn't just that information, but now we're giving you the things you need to get out there and start your housing referral agency. But now you've got the information and the connections or contacts to start connecting with other people and becoming a referral source for them that have houses operating with residents and everything. You will get to do a walkthrough and do some Q&A on site so that you can get a better understanding. It's always great to hear information in a classroom setting or in a coaching setting. But what happens when we go outside of that coaching setting and seat you in that ILF with residents, and you get to see how it functions? How does 311 Solutions interact and engage with their residents? Are their residents really suffering with heavy, sedation or anything like that? You get to kind of see what it looks like, the population looks like in their home environment, in their ILF home environment. The HRA Business in a Box is not a standalone product under Forston Consultants. You have to purchase our DIY. So here's a cheat code.
Right.
If you are interested in the HRA Business in a Box, you want to go ahead and get the VIP for $197. You now get the HRA Business in a Box course for $197. Like, that is a no-brainer. You can't go to forstonconsultants.com, .org, .net. None of our Forston Consultants are ILF.com. None of that. You can't go to it and find it nowhere on our site. It is not a package that we sell.
You guys really understand that. So let me slow it down for people that may not understand what that means. Guys, of course, I have one-on-one coaching and we got the DIY, but do you understand that we're giving you complimentary course that allows you to do exactly what most of us do, but you don't need a property. You need a relationship. That course teaches you how to make money from your cell phone and from your laptop.
Exactly.
And if you don't have a laptop, no problem. If you got a cell phone, that works.
Yep.
Because it's all about relationship and making referrals to other people who already have the real estate. And we're so nice and genius about it. We also put you in a private Telegram group.
I forgot about that.
Other people are that already have the property.
Why do I always forget about that?
So we're putting you in an environment
to thrive,
to make the money and thrive, to help people. This
I forgot about that.
And as I said, anybody that purchases the ILF Mastery Blueprint between now and then, you already stamped your ticket. You just come. I'm going to make sure you come complimentary on me. So one more time, let me slow that down. If you purchase the ILF Mastery Blueprint, you just come to South Carolina. Let me know.
I have another question. What if they upgrade from DIY to one-on-one.
Same thing.
Same thing applies.
I'll see you there. Starting yesterday.
Same thing applies.
Right.
Hey, I'm just advocating for y'all that are interested.
Also, again, I just want to welcome everybody that may be completely new to us, because now we're getting ready to dive into some material, into some questions. And I'll admit, I don't have a lot of curriculum tonight. I actually want to take a lot of questions.
You getting loosey-goosey?
So if you, actually not really. Loosey-goosey is more like when I kind of have something. Tonight I don't. I'm going to put it on y'all. So what I want to do tonight is take some questions. And also, if you're streaming from anywhere to where you can only hear us and you want to see us, join us on Forston Consultants YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
So it's our last name, Consultants, and it's got an S on the end of it.
Hey, what's going on, family? Have you ever imagined starting your own housing program? That's probably why you're here. And if you're looking for one-on-one coaching, like you're kind of getting right now, but in a more of a one-on-one setting, just you and I, that's our ILF Mastery Blueprint. There's a number that they're scrolling below on this screen right now. If you text the word scholarship to that phone number, my team is going to get you some information. So first of all, I'm going to say congratulations and thank you for moving at the speed of instruction. We look forward to working with you. And again, this is only for people that desire our one-on-one coaching, which is designed to watch you succeed from going from a zero to a hero when it comes to information and knowing how to implement this independent living facility model without any mistakes. That's most important. So again, our ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys, there's a scholarship that's available for it that'll slice the price in half, which is also a no-brainer. So again, if you've ever desired to start your own housing program, but you thought you needed a license, you don't. You thought you had to be a nurse, you don't. You thought you had to own the property, you don't. Consider our ILF Mastery Blueprint, where we are going to take you to success and let God use you in your community, housing the homeless and the displaced. Let's get back to the show.
And again, all of you all from TikTok or any other place to where you can only hear me, if you're just kind of audio listening, come over to YouTube, because I'm actually got some slides up showing you guys, right? The Sanchez family asked, well, Derrick, what does it look like? This all sounds great, but what does it look like? So on screen right now, the Sanchez family also asks, like, who can we house with this model? So we're getting ready to get in that too.
Let's go. Janae Jackson says, what form of payment should I accept from men or male parolees without me having contact with them? So I'm going to first start, if you don't mind, I'll start and then I'll let you take it over, because you're going to see how we both think completely, not differently, but we may find things a little bit more urgent of a matter to discuss other than the other. So in regards to you wanting to, again, house this population, the first thing I'm going to say is, if you're not comfortable in going to obtain your money in person, because it may be an instance where you cannot get paid remotely, I need you to reevaluate your population. Because the goal is for the safety of you as a housing provider, as well as the safety of those that you're providing housing to. And if you cannot feel comfortable comfortable, I would say, for the better lack of words, with the people you house, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not going to be the best housing provider. You're now just throwing people in a house and that's going to be it. So be mindful of that. That's going to be my tip one. And now to answer your question, we take all of our payments remotely. We don't go pick up. I think we've got one resident. I think Derrick has one resident that he goes and gets a payment from. But other than that, all of our payments are done utilizing digital flow solutions or our payment processor Stripe. All of our residents' payments come out automatically on the day that they receive their payments. So we're not having to go and pick up rents or anything like that. The recurring invoices are set on. They know that this information is happening, and it triggers the payment immediately on that day that they get paid, or the day that we put in our system to retrieve that payment. So that's my answer to that. Derrick, I'm gonna throw it to you.
So same thing, form of payment is that years ago, I picked it up manually. Today, it's all digitized. So probably 90% of my payments come in through Digital Flow Solutions. That's the software system that we use. And then the other people will Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle, right? So those are the payments. So in the chat on TikTok, so somebody's asking, do we have a template for the assessment? We absolutely do, right? So that's in both of our coaching packages. right? So both the DIY and the one-on-one coaching, we actually give you guys the assessment to make sure you guys are asking the right questions. Okay. So yes.
Dantes from TikTok was able to text in his question. Dantes, just so you know, you just got your response from our AI bot, and the bot was on it. The bot pretty much answered the question, but we're going to answer it in real time so you get a realistic answer from us. The question that came in from Dantes was, how are the tenants able to pay their or afford their rent? I live in a small city where rent for a whole house ranges from $900 to $1,300. So what's a realistic price to charge tenants? I love that. Our bot says, hey, most ILF tenants pay rent using SSI or SSDI, which is a steady income. You in your area, charging $500 to $700 per tenant shared room is realistic and affordable for them. I'm going to go in and train my bot because I do not want it to give you that assumption on the bed fee because it's not accurate, especially if you're telling me, Dantes, that the rent in that area is between $900 and $1,300 a month.
Are you in?
So I'm going to go in and modify this. So right now, guys, I'm actually training the bot to better respond
within 10 seconds. And I want to turn that into a teacher moment. Dantes, with both of our coaching packages, we give y'all this software. So I'm not a coach that just coaches you verbally. We give you guys the back end of it too. So both of our coaching packages, we build your website. You get all of our paperwork, right? And this automation and that AI bot, all of that comes in your system. That's why people love our coaching, because it ain't just me running my big mouth. We give y'all the back end of it, your business phone line, your website, your email, your automations, all of the things you need to run this business, no matter the industry. And it's called digitalflowsolutions.net.
And Dantes, just that quick, because I told you I didn't like the response from my bot. I just went in and retrained that bot from my cell phone.
What that means is that
from my cell phone,
thumbs down on that response,
and I went in and edited
back and typed what it should have said. So now the next time it knows how to respond to a question like that.
Right.
And again, y'all, that's why I was able to take a 3-week vacation.
Yeah.
That bot answered a lot of questions for a lot of people. And on a range of 100%, it was about 92% accurate. Only 8% of things we had to go back in and kind of fix.
Yeah.
So again, guys, this is where the future is headed. And lucky for us, we're even integrating AI inside of our housing program.
Correct.
In fact, me and my team right now, 2 VAs that I just hired not even 3 weeks ago, we're building an AI course. It's the top 15 apps and AI tools that can scale any business or that you can use to scale other people's businesses.
Yeah.
So I'm going to build a course to show you guys learning these AI tools. And I'll even be honest, if you get a VA, you don't even have to learn it.
You just need to know enough to be dangerous.
I'm letting VAs learn all of this stuff, and then they're building it, coming back, teaching it to me. So again, guys, we found out that VAs and AI tools are the cheat code, no different from intertwining that into our housing program as well. Okay?
Right.
Okay.
So next question. So the second part of his question is the amount, the rental amount. In that range.
Where at again?
He didn't say where, but he just gave us
Lima, Ohio. So you're going to probably be in that same range of a lot of my other people, right? Probably $650 to $800. Just depends on what part of town.
Right.
Could be $700. Could be $550. Right.
And also remember too, with that, you're including all utilities. So if they go and try to rent a $900 apartment or house in your area, they're still having to come up with the utilities, a possible down payment or deposit that they have to put down on those utilities, the deposit on, the deposit on all of that stuff. Yeah. So think about that. And that's why you're able to offset what they are, what you're currently seeing in your market for that rental rate and how you can price yourself accordingly. I'm going to give a gem. Dantes, here's some homework for you. Put in Chat GPT, your area, and ask it. Give it a job. So I'm going to tell you now, give your Chat GPT a job. You are a professional real estate agent with advanced knowledge in the real estate market of such said city and state. I want you to provide me with the average rental rate for a shared home or a room rental. That's a better way to say it. A room rental in my area. And ChatGPT is going to spit you out some numbers like you've never expected it to do so. And it's going to give you what's going on average, because it's going to filter through what they're seeing
and also
in
do
your area.
Own research on it too, on the opposite side. And go to Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace.
Absolutely.
And just type in the word room rental. That'll give you an idea of what people are doing in your city, because some people are already doing this, but not calling it what we are.
Right.
You just need a starting point of what everybody else is already kind of doing, so that you don't outbid the market in terms of what you're charging.
All right. The next question is Narika Davis. Hi, Derrick. Question I'm asking, what if you live in a different state and want to start your own ILF in the next state? Is that possible? It's
possible, but we advise against that unless you tell me you got boots on the ground, and not that new song called I Got My Boots On, not that. But if you got family and friends in that next state that has your vision in your heart and they want to help you, let's go. But we want this to be in your backyard. We want this to be in your city.
Right.
Within 45 minutes of where you live at. So we get that question a lot. I don't want you guys doing this in cities and states away from where you are.
Especially on your first house. Yeah, don't do it.
You don't know what you're doing yet. How you going to run that place in a different state? But Miss Davis may have a family there. So let me know in the chat, sis, if you got family and friends or a boo thing or a cousin or something in that state that's going to help you run it. Because how will you build relationships if you're not there? And I also would want to know, why would you want to start it in another state? Do you own property that's there already? What brought about the thought to start it somewhere else?
Right.
Okay. Next question, and we'll wait
until
she comments back on that.
What was that? And I also want to ask this too for clarification, because I know sometimes, depends on how close you are to the state line, right? I would say it just depends on the distance as well. I know people that are in one state, but if they drive 30 minutes to the east or 30 minutes to the west, they're in a completely different location. So just be mindful of that. And another thing I want to add to what Derrick said is relationships. For this business, you have to be a relationship creating individual, right? You've got to be somebody that can create and nurture relationships. And if you're in a different state, you don't want your relationships to just be virtual relationships. You want them to be in person as well, especially when you're housing their clients, right? Case managers and social workers really want to get to know you and be able to engage with you to make sure that they're making the right decision in utilizing you as a housing provider. So you want to be mindful of that. Next question. Catherine Robinson says, can I get a virtual address since I won't have an office to start?
Yes, that's what most of us do.
Absolutely.
Right. So 2 ways to do it. That can be a virtual office, as you said, or you can go down to your business district, which is usually downtown for a lot of you guys. A lot of those downtown businesses will offer for you to use their virtual address for usually 30 or 40, 50 bucks a month. So Correct. That's what Shay and I do. In fact, Shay and I have kind of both of them. So Shay's got a downtown office. She's got a virtual office. I got a downtown office. I got a virtual office.
Correct.
I got an office in my home, right? But I do not want you using your home address
Please don't.
On your LLC. That's very dangerous and unprofessional, especially as a woman. Okay?
Just in general, as a business owner, just dangerous. Next question comes from Elizabeth Francois. And she says, do you require the tenants to have renter's insurance?
I don't, because they're not going to get it. So all the insurance is on me, right? So one of my biggest mistakes, and I actually put it in an ebook, right? It's titled literally The 12 Dumbest Mistakes I Ever Made. And for a lot of y'all, that book will save y'all life. In fact, what's the prompt for that book? I don't know, but if you guys go to forstonconsultants.com under products and services, a lot of our ebooks are also there. Right. But one of the dumbest mistakes I made, guys, was just not being covered by insurance. That's where she's also going. So general liability policy is what you need, right? And that's going to cover you, your business, and the property that you're doing it out of.
Correct.
Right? But I'll even give another little small gem that when I first started, I didn't get general liability, and that was a problem. I did go to, I think it was like Geico or State Farm. I can't remember, like Geico or Progressive. And I got renter's insurance. The good part about that renter's insurance that it did come with $500,000 of liability built into it. And it also gave 10 grand to the tenant, like, that lived in the house. And again, that was like $30 or $40 a month. But then when I grew up, I'm going to call it, forget renter's insurance. I'm going to get a general liability policy like my lawyers and my smart team told me to get.
Right.
Because dummy me didn't get that stuff in the beginning. And that led to a $40,000 lawsuit and me on the Channel 8 News.
Yeah.
I got the clip and to show it to you. Right. So make sure that you guys are covered.
And it don't feel good.
Again, most of the time, your tenant ain't worrying about no insurance. Right. Make sense, Miss Francois? And
9 times out of 10, they won't have what it takes to carry that insurance policy. They may not have the funds, right? So you want to be mindful of that as well. You're dealing with a population that is limited on income, and we don't want to stretch their income any further than it's necessary. So that's why we maintain the policies on the property and for our own safety as a business owner and operator.
Ms. Pitt said, do we have separate LLCs for each location? Let me answer that, but be really specific on this. And I'm no lawyer or your accountant. This is just my own opinion. Now, when we own properties, we do not put the property, like my program is called Second Chance. I have no property or real estate or whatever probably put a property in the name of my business that I'm doing it out of. Shay runs the Angela Denise Foundation from a property we purchased. That is not what's on that paperwork for that house. That's a completely different LLC.
Yeah.
Now, my rental properties, these places I go and rent and lease, they all fall under Second Chance Housing, right? Because that's kind of how I'm doing a rental agreement. But when we buy property, they all have their own LLC. Yeah. And that's for extra protection. Makes sense, Ms. Pitts? Shay?
Yeah, you said it. I mean, I can't go any further than that. And Dantes, I know Dantes is going to have my bot working tonight, but I got you. So obviously housing markets, this is Dantes' question. So Ms. Pitts, I think Derrick got you signed, sealed, and delivered. So I'm running to the
and what's cool about Dantes, you keep texting that line, my bot gonna respond to you. So
the bot already responded. The bot already responded.
That's how powerful this is and why everybody needs it in their business.
I want Dantes
including, hold on, the housing side of it.
Yeah.
What happens when you on vacation or you at your 9-to-5 job? Who's answering your phone? No coach you met yet got a system that can do that except us.
So Dante's question or his response was, obviously housing markets are different for different locations, but what's the monthly profit amount that makes it worthwhile? For instance, if is $1,200 to $1,500 profit after rent and utilities worth it? So that was the question proposed by Dantes. I'm gonna let you answer it first, Derrick.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the question again from Dantes. I'm going to let you answer it. And then I'm going to read the bot's response. Okay.
Okay.
So one more time, Dantes stated, obviously housing markets are different for different locations, but what's the monthly amount that makes it worthwhile? For instance, is a $1,200 to $1,500 profit after rent and utilities worth it?
So my answer to that is that I can't answer that for you, actually. Everybody's different. Some people that I teach this to say, Derrick, if I make at least $500 a month, bro, I'm going to just keep getting house after house and I'm good with that. Some people say, Derrick, I ain't going to touch this thing if I can make $2 or $3 grand a month from each house.
Right.
So everybody's different in where their profit margin is and what makes you happy. Let me show you guys where I fall in. If I'm running an ILF and after all the bills are paid, if I can make $800 to $1,000 a month, I'm good. I just happen to make way more than that.
Right.
But my threshold is that if after all the bills, my VA, the system I'm using, all the rent, the lights, the water, for some of y'all pay gas.
Yeah.
And if I got $800 to $1,000 left after I've done my job of helping God's people, guys, I'm good with that. Some of y'all saying right now, Derrick, that ain't enough, bro. Derrick, that's baloney, bro. Well, see, that's what I meant by everybody's different. I also own multiple properties and multiple businesses. So I'm not trying to hit a home run on one house. Some of y'all trying to make $5 grand off of one house one time.
Sir, hold the phone. Did you just say, I love that. You are not trying to hit a home run off of one house. You know why though? Why? Give me a reason why, and I'll give you my reason why. I love what you just said. Go ahead.
One just to keep mine short. Try to hit a home run off of one house. For most of y'all, that's in my experience of my coaching, y'all are not even getting a large enough house to hit a home run off. Most of y'all start with a 3-2, 2-1. You can't leave your job with a 3-bed, 2-bath home. But if you call me and say, I just landed a 7-bed, 5-bedroom, that might be a home run on your first house.
I love that.
Because of the amount of people you can put in it. You can't hit a home run on a 2-1, on a 3-2. That's why the one-on-one coaching is so powerful. And for all of you people that love that nonprofit route, watch this. That's not my game. That's Shay's game.
Yeah.
Now, the coaching of the core of what it is and how to do this, but guys, I have no clue about a nonprofit. Right. This woman specializes in it.
So hold on, don't go too far. Don't go too far. I want you to educate on something real quick, because a lot of people get into this space as an entryway to real estate, right? Or becoming a real estate investor. I want you to show them the mindset of a real estate investor when it comes to a return on investment, when it comes to a property. So run that down so that we can see.
Real estate investor, like we've been taught in many classes, guys, I've spent more money on coaching than I can count now in classes and things. In every real estate class I've ever been in, they said that after all your bills are paid, if you profit $100 or $200, you're doing real good. If you profit $300 to $400, that's called almost a home run. And anything over $450, they almost can't believe it, because in regular real estate, the margins aren't that large versus this model of the ILF. That's why we love this model so much, y'all. We take one property and it's like a multifamily. My wife has been dreaming lately of multifamily and multiple doors. So, but guess what this model does for us? I take one house that's 4-bed, 2-bath, and take 8 people from homeless to hopeful. To me, that's multifamily, because I took one asset and rented it to multiple people.
8 doors.
And everybody pay rent. And the cool part about it, it's actually only 4 doors, because I'm putting 2 people per room. Now, for some of y'all that don't like that model, watch this. You can do 1 person per room and call them private suites. Don't make us no difference. You guys be great. Shay's on